My name is Davida Yarrowa. I'm a fine art photographer and I'm a Nikon ambassador. When I first saw an image coming through the developer in a darkroom, that was my epiphany. That was my moment when I had some voice in my mind saying that photography was going to be a big part of my life. When I started to work in photographing sport professionally, the great thing was that Nikon would be sponsors for the big tournaments. So if you're an accredited photographer, you got a lot of the gear because I couldn't afford the good gear in those days. My first big break was the World Cup in 1986 in Mexico, and I did get a big picture of Maradona holding the cup in '86, which has become a well-known picture. And I worried then about sports photography. I had a lot of good sports photography mates, but there seemed to be a lot of pictures of exactly the same moment in the editing rooms afterwards. I had a choice of either working for NatWest Bank or working for All Sport, which is now part of Getty Images. So I put my cameras down and went and joined a bank. Photography was not really a huge part of my life, but I never really put the cameras away. It was after I took a picture in South Sudan that got me on the watch list for galleries and collectors. There was an opportunity in wildlife photography. There's some incredibly talented wildlife photographers, but I just hadn't seen enough emotion. And I just wondered whether I could try and do something that people would want to put on their walls. Black and white was integral to that thought process because it's reductive, because it's not reality, it's perception. It is very difficult to tell a story in a single image, but you've got to give it your best shot. You can't say it's impossible, you've got to give it your best shot. The biggest challenge is just to continue to be relentless and want to get up every day and be better. If I was told that I was only allowed one lens for the rest of my life, I think it probably would be the 58. If you're allowed 3 lenses, I would probably go for a 28 or a 35, the 58, and then maybe either the 105 or the 200. The thing about the D850 is that it's incredibly strong in low light conditions, and because of the number of megapixels, when you do a picture that's big, as I do a lot of mine big, there's very little noise. A big picture that you may know is with the polar bear with the back footprint. When I took it, I had no idea. I thought it was good, but it was so reductive and there was so much negative space. The reaction I got back, it was so far above what I'd thought. That's when I knew. I'm paranoid of being boring. I want to be notorious. I want to take the pictures where people turn around and say, either you're crazy, how the hell did you get there, or wow, or a combination of those 3 things. As a Nikon ambassador, my role is to share my passion. It's not work, because if you're doing what you love, it simply isn't work, it's my passion. If I can share that and a few tips with people that are aspiring photographers, fantastic, because that's exactly what happened with me 30 years ago.